The unexpected visitor. The alarm in Dr. Maya Chen's lab wasn't the standard security breach alert. It was subtler. A whisper of disruption in the environmental sensors. Maya frowned at her monitor, tapping her stylus against her lower lip. "That's strange," she muttered, watching the temperature fluctuations in the eastern storage wing. At 34, Maya had spent enough years running the quantum physics department at Horizon Research Facility to know when something was genuinely wrong. This was wrong. The hallways were silent as she made her way to storage, her footsteps echoing against polished floors. The facility was nearly empty at 2 a.m., just how Maya preferred to work. No distractions, no administrators hovering over her research. "Hello," she called, pushing open the heavy door to the storage room. "Security, is that you?" The response wasn't words but a crash as something metallic tumbled to the floor from behind a row of equipment cabinets. Maya gripped her tablet tighter, wondering if she should have called security instead of investigating herself. "I know someone's there," she said, trying to keep her voice steady. "Come out now and I won't report this breach." A moment of silence, then movement. From behind the cabinets emerged a woman, or at least something that appeared woman-like. Maya gasped, stepping backward involuntarily. The intruder had unmistakably purple skin that seemed to shimmer faintly in the dim light. Her eyes were large, slanted upward with irises the color of burnished gold. Her features were delicate yet alien. Beautiful but distinctly not human. "Please," the purple woman said, her voice carrying a musical quality unlike anything Maya had ever heard. "Don't alert others to my presence." Maya's scientific mind raced through possibilities. Costume, genetic modification, some kind of elaborate prank. "Who are you?" Maya asked. "What are you?" The woman hesitated. "My name is Naya. I am not from here." "That much is obvious," Maya replied, surprising herself with a nervous laugh. "Are you saying you're not human?" Naya's expression reflected confusion, then caution. "I don't know your categorizations. I'm from elsewhere." Maya noticed Naya was wearing what looked like a form-fitting bodysuit of silver material, torn in places. More concerning were the bruises on her visible skin, darker purple marks that suggested injury. "You're hurt," Maya said, professional curiosity giving way to concern. "I will recover," Naya replied, though she winced as she shifted her weight. Against every protocol and probably her better judgment, Maya made a decision. "Come with me. My apartment is on the facility grounds. We can talk there." Naya's eyes widened. "You would help me?" "You don't know what I am," Maya smiled wryly. "I'm a scientist. Not knowing is precisely what interests me." As they slipped out through Maya's private lab entrance, she wondered what she was getting herself into. But something about Naya's desperate situation touched her, awakening a protective instinct she didn't know she possessed. Neither woman noticed the security camera silently tracking their movement, nor the blinking light that indicated someone else was watching with great interest. Hidden potential. 3 days after bringing Naya to her apartment, Maya watched with fascination as her unusual guest stared intently at a mug of tea on the coffee table. Maya had been documenting strange occurrences, objects shifting when Naya was upset, lights flickering when she was startled. "Are you trying to move it with your mind?" Maya asked, setting down her research tablet. Naya's golden eyes flicked upward, a faint purple blush coloring her cheeks. "On my world, this would be a simple task for anyone of royal lineage," she admitted. "Royal?" Maya raised an eyebrow. "You're royalty?" "Was," Naya corrected, her voice tinged with bitterness. "My father, Emperor Zorn, found me unsuitable. Too compassionate, too soft for leadership." Maya moved closer, sitting beside Naya on the couch. "Compassion is considered a weakness where you're from?" "The Vestraxian Empire was built on conquest," Naya explained. "My father expected me to continue our dynasty's legacy of expansion through force." As Naya spoke, the mug began to tremble slightly. Neither woman noticed at first, until it suddenly shattered, sending ceramic shards and tea spraying across the table. Naya gasped, clutching her head as a visible wave of purple energy rippled across her skin. She doubled over in pain. "Naya!" Maya rushed to her side, putting an arm around her shoulders. "What's happening?" "The transition," Naya whispered through gritted teeth. "My father said I was too weak to undergo the metamorphosis. That's why he exiled me." Before Maya could ask more questions, her doorbell rang. She froze, then gestured for Naya to hide in the bedroom. Through the peephole, Maya saw a man in a dark suit holding government credentials. Her heart sank. "Dr. Chen, the man said when she opened the door. Agent Dominic Reed, Department of Exceptional Phenomena. May I come in? Maya forced a calm smile. What's this about, Agent Reed? Reed's expression remained impassive behind his glasses. We've detected unusual energy signatures coming from this location. Mind if I look around? Actually, I'm in the middle of something important, Maya replied, blocking the doorway. Perhaps you could come back with a warrant. Reed's smile didn't reach his eyes. Dr. Chen, I don't think you understand. Whatever you're harboring could be dangerous. I'm not harboring anything except exhaustion from working late, Maya said firmly. Good night, Agent Reed. After closing the door, Maya hurried to the bedroom where Naya sat on the edge of the bed, her skin still faintly glowing. They know something's different about you, Maya whispered, peeking through the blinds to see Reed returning to a black SUV. We need to be careful. I should leave, Naya said. I'm putting you in danger. Maya turned, surprised by the protective urge that surged through her. No, you're staying right here. We'll figure this out together. Naya looked up, eyes glistening with emotion. Why would you risk yourself for me? You barely know me. Maya sat beside her, hesitating before gently taking Naya's hand. The alien's skin was warm, smooth like silk with a subtle vibration beneath. Maybe I'm tired of playing by the rules, Maya said softly. Or maybe there's something about you that feels important. Naya's fingers intertwined with Maya's, the glow beneath her skin pulsing gently where they touched. No one has ever shown me kindness without expectation, Naya whispered. As their eyes met, Maya felt something shift between them, a connection forming that transcended their different origins. The air seemed charged with possibility. Outside, Agent Reed sat in his vehicle, speaking into a secure phone. Target confirmed. Alien presence verified. The signature matches nothing in our database. How should we proceed? The voice on the other end was cold and clear. Bring them both in. Whatever this creature is, it doesn't belong here. The awakening morning sunlight filtered through Maya's apartment blinds as she packed essentials into a small duffel bag. We need to leave before Agent Reed returns with reinforcements, she told Naya, who stood near the window, her purple skin catching the light in mesmerizing ways. I still don't understand why you're helping me, Naya said, watching Maya move efficiently around the apartment. Maya paused, a framed photo of her parents in hand. Because it's the right thing to do, she answered, though privately she acknowledged there was more to it, a connection she couldn't explain but couldn't deny either. The sound of vehicles pulling up outside interrupted them. Maya peeked through the blinds and swore under her breath. They're here already. 4 SUVs, at least a dozen agents. Naya's breathing quickened, her skin beginning to glow with that now familiar purple luminescence. Maya, I'm sorry I brought this to your doorstep. Don't apologize, Maya said, grabbing the bag. We'll go out the back way. They'd barely reached the kitchen when the front door burst open. Agent Reed stood in the doorway, flanked by agents in tactical gear. Dr. Chen, step away from the alien, he commanded, his hand resting on his holstered weapon. Maya moved in front of Naya protectively. She's not a threat, Reed. She's a refugee. Reed's expression hardened. That's not for you to decide. This is a matter of national security. She has rights, Maya insisted, backing up slowly as the agents advanced. It has no rights, Reed corrected coldly. Now move aside or we'll remove you. The temperature in the room seemed to drop. Maya felt Naya trembling behind her, then sensed something changing. A crackling energy filling the space between molecules. Do not touch her. Naya's voice had transformed, resonating with power that made the windows vibrate. Maya turned to see Naya floating several inches off the ground, her eyes now glowing entirely gold, her purple skin illuminated from within by pulsing light that formed intricate patterns across her body. Stand down, Reed shouted to his agents, drawing his weapon. I said, do not touch her, Naya repeated, and with a gesture of her hand, every agent, including Reed, was lifted and pinned against the walls, their weapons clattering to the floor. Maya stared in amazement. Naya. Naya looked down at her, her expression softening momentarily. I didn't know I could do this either, she said, her voice overlaid with harmonics. But I won't let them hurt you. With another gesture, the agents were rendered unconscious, sliding to the floor in heaps. Naya descended, the glow fading slightly as her feet touched the ground. "We must go now," she said, swaying slightly from the exertion. "Others will come." Maya grabbed her bag and took Naya's hand, leading her out the back door to her old Jeep. As they drove away, Naya explained between labored breaths. "My father never believed I would manifest powers," she said. "Vastraxian royalty possess abilities connected to cosmic energy, but mine never emerged. He saw this as proof of my unworthiness." "So he exiled you?" Maya asked, eyes flicking to the rearview mirror, watching for pursuit. "He said I was too weak to rule, too compassionate to be a warrior queen," Naya continued. "He sent me away as punishment, never expecting my powers would awaken here." Maya reached across the center console, taking Naya's hand. "Your father was wrong. Compassion isn't weakness. What you just did back there, protecting someone you care about, that's real strength." Naya's fingers tightened around Maya's. "On my world, these feelings would be condemned as distractions from duty." "And what feelings are those?" Maya asked softly. Naya's golden eyes met Maya's. "I think you know," she whispered. "I've never felt this way about anyone before." Maya's heart raced as their connection deepened. Whatever came next, they would face it together, a human scientist and an alien princess against the universe. Behind them, in Maya's apartment, one of the agents stirred, reaching for a communicator. "Command, this is Delta 6. Target has manifested extreme abilities. Request immediate intervention protocol. Somewhere in deep space, a massive ship changed course, setting coordinates for Earth." On the run, Jackson Torres's cabin sat nestled in the pine forest 3 hours north of the city, far from surveillance cameras and prying eyes. Maya guided Naya up the gravel path toward the rustic wooden structure. "Your friend won't mind us using his home?" Naya asked, looking around nervously. Maya smiled, retrieving the hidden key from beneath a stone toad. "Jackson owes me his life after I pulled him out of that landslide during our graduate expedition. Besides, he's researching in Antarctica for another 6 months." Inside, the cabin was simple but comfortable. A large main room with stone fireplace, small kitchen, and a loft bedroom upstairs. Maya dropped their bags and began securing the windows. "We should be safe here for a while," she said, drawing the curtains. "No one knows about this place except Jackson and me." That night, after a simple meal, they sat before the fireplace watching flames dance. Naya's powers had stabilized somewhat, though occasionally the fire would flare when her emotions intensified. "I can feel it growing stronger," she confessed, holding out her hand, letting purple energy curl between her fingers like living smoke. "It's like learning to use a limb I never knew I had." Maya watched, entranced. "It's beautiful." "On Vastrax, power is never described as beautiful," Naya said softly, "only as useful or dangerous." "Your world sounds cold," Maya observed, moving closer. "It was," Naya agreed. "Until I found warmth here." Their eyes met, the tension between them building until Maya leaned forward, her lips meeting Naya's. The alien princess stiffened in surprise, then melted into the kiss, her arms wrapping around Maya. The fire roared higher as Naya's control slipped, bathing the room in golden light. Later, tangled in blankets before the dying embers, Maya traced patterns on Naya's purple skin. "We'll figure this out," she promised. "Find a way for you to stay safely." Naya suddenly tensed, sitting upright. "Something's wrong." A high-pitched whine filled the air, emanating from Naya's discarded garment across the room. She scrambled toward it, pulling out a small crystal that now glowed brightly. "What is that?" Maya asked, alarmed. Naya's face drained of color. "A royal beacon. It only activates when—" Her voice trailed off as realization dawned. "My father never intended to lose me. My exile was a test. A test for what?" "To awaken my powers," Naya whispered. "And now he knows I have." The confrontation, the ship descended through Earth's atmosphere like a midnight sun, enormous and terrible in its silent approach. Military jets scrambled to intercept were disabled with casual precision. Falling from the sky with dead engines, Maya and Naya stood in the clearing before the cabin, watching as the craft settled in the nearby valley, crushing trees beneath its massive hull. "You should run," Naya said, her voice steady despite her fear. "This isn't your fight." Maya took her hand firmly. I'm not going anywhere. The ship's hull split open, revealing Emperor Zorn in gleaming black armor, flanked by Vastraxian warriors. Even from a distance, his resemblance to Naya was clear. The same regal features, though his purple skin was darker, marked with battle scars. Daughter. His voice boomed across the clearing. You have finally become worthy. Naya stepped forward, her body beginning to glow with power. I was always worthy, father. You just valued the wrong qualities. Zorn laughed, the sound like grinding metal. And yet here you stand, radiating the power of our ancestors. My plan worked perfectly. Plan? Maya asked. Vastraxian powers manifest fully only under extreme stress or emotion, Naya explained, never taking her eyes off her father. He exiled me knowing it would either kill me or transform me. And now you will return home, Zorn commanded. Take your rightful place as warrior princess of Vastrax. Naya's hands curled into fists, purple energy crackling around them. No, the Emperor's face darkened. No, I've found something here worth protecting, Naya said, her voice strengthening. Something your empire lacks. Compassion, connection, love. Weakness. Zorn snarled, signaling his warriors forward. The battle was brief but spectacular. Naya's newly awakened powers met her father's experienced control in explosions of cosmic energy that scorched the earth. But where Zorn fought with calculated precision, Naya fought with passion, with something to protect. In the final moment, as Zorn prepared a killing strike against Maya, Naya's power surged beyond anything she'd shown before. She didn't just deflect her father's attack, she absorbed it, channeled it, and returned it amplified through the filter of her compassion. Zorn fell to his knees,